LVMH, Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy. Jungkook's appeal to LVMH stems from several concrete, measurable qualities. First, his organic ability to generate luxury demand without official brand affiliation is rare. Whenever Jungkook wears a high-end item, be it from Louis Vuitton, Cartier, or Berluti, there is an immediate spike in both search interest and sales. His fashion choices are heavily documented, discussed, and replicated across fan communities and mainstream media. In short, Jungkook does not need an endorsement deal to influence consumer behavior, which makes him even more attractive to brands like LVMH that value indirect brand equity. Moreover, Louis Vuitton, under the umbrella of LVMH, has a clear history of targeting Korean celebrities for regional and global ambassadorship. In 2021, BTS as a group became house ambassadors for Louis Vuitton, marking a strategic move by the brand to solidify its presence in Asian markets. However, the contract was temporary and ended without individual extensions. Since then, LVMH has sought ways to re-engage with individual members, especially Jungkook, who has continued to gain global visibility both musically and stylistically. LVMH's continued efforts to win Jungkook over are likely rooted in broader shifts within the fashion industry. The traditional reliance on Western actors and models has given way to more culturally versatile figures, individuals who resonate with multiple regions at once. Jungkook's fanbase spans continents, with measurable market influence in North America, Europe, Southeast Asia, and Latin America. His social media reach amplifies this further. Posts of him wearing any outfit routinely trend on platforms like Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, generating millions of impressions with zero marketing budget. This gives him a brand value multiplier that is difficult to replicate. LVMH's interest also aligns with a broader commercial strategy. The conglomerate is aggressively targeting Gen Z and younger millennials consumers who are not only image-conscious but also highly informed. These demographics are more likely to purchase based on trust, personality, and authenticity. Jungkook, known for being selective and uncommercial in his branding, brings a sense of integrity that aligns with this audience's expectations. By securing him, LVMH wouldn't just gain visibility, it would gain credibility. One of the main hurdles preventing this partnership may be Jungkook's existing relationship with Calvin Klein, a brand under PVH Corp. Unlike LVMH, Calvin Klein operates with a different branding logic. It's direct, bold, and youth-centric. Jungkook's campaign with Calvin Klein was a global success, pushing traffic, sales, and brand perception across multiple markets. LVMH, known for its focus on heritage, subtlety, and refined aesthetic, may represent a different brand character, one that Jungkook has yet to embrace on his own terms. However, this difference in positioning hasn't stopped LVMH from trying to adjust its approach. The company has subtly invited Jungkook to private shows, sent luxury items through stylists, and maintained high-level contact through industry intermediaries. Another key factor is the competitive nature of luxury branding. LVMH is not operating in a vacuum. It faces active competition from other heritage houses such as Chanel, Gucci, Kering, and Dior, also part of LVMH. All of them recognize that Jungkook brings unparalleled value in the current celebrity economy. As a result, even if LVMH is aware that the partnership is not imminent, maintaining contact and visibility is a long-term investment. They are playing a brand chess game one, where the prize is long-term dominance among Asian consumers and digital natives. There is also the matter of fashion capital presence. LVMH's dominance in cities like Paris and Milan intersects with Jungkook's growing status as a fashion figure. He has been spotted at events, cited in runway reports, and included in trend forecasts even when not officially attending. This passive participation only reinforces LVMH's rationale. Securing Jungkook is not a matter of if, but when. Until that moment arrives, the brand remains persistent. In terms of internal strategy, LVMH has the resources and patience to wait for an opportunity. The brand often invests in relationships that span years, not months. For example, many of its current ambassadors, such as Zendaya or J-Hope, were gradually brought into the fold through small engagements before securing full contracts. Jungkook's selectiveness may delay the process, but it doesn't diminish LVMH's resolve. In fact, it reinforces the notion that his signature is worth more. In conclusion, Jungkook's ongoing rejection of LVMH does not deter the conglomerate. Instead, it reinforces their desire to pursue him with even more focus. From his unparalleled brand influence and global appeal to his authenticity and organic style relevance, Jungkook checks all the boxes that a luxury house like Louis Vuitton seeks. The absence of a contract does not equate to the absence of a relationship. For LVMH, the strategy is clear. Stay close, stay visible, and stay ready, because when the door opens, they want to be the first to walk in. 3. Nike. One of the key reasons Nike continues to pursue Jungkook is the measurable impact he has on consumer behavior, even without a formal agreement. Over the past several years, Jungkook has been regularly seen wearing Nike products in casual settings, rehearsals, airport appearances, and workout videos. Whether it's a pair of Air Force Ones, Nike training shorts, or a tech fleece jacket, these moments often lead to spikes in online searches and increased product demand. In multiple instances, the items he wears have sold out within hours. This pattern has not gone unnoticed by Nike's marketing and data analytics teams, who rely heavily on real-time digital tracking to assess emerging brand opportunities. Moreover, Jungkook represents a unique crossover appeal between the music industry and active lifestyle consumers. While he is not an athlete, his public image emphasizes discipline, fitness, and a physically demanding performance schedule. Videos of his boxing workouts, gym routines, and stage rehearsals highlight his strength and stamina qualities that align closely with Nike's "just do it" ethos. Unlike traditional brand models who require curated campaigns to appear aspirational, Jungkook offers this image organically. This authenticity provides a deeper level of consumer trust, which Nike historically prioritizes in long-term ambassador relationships. Nike's interest in Jungkook also has a competitive dimension. Adidas, Puma, and New Balance have all invested heavily in Korean markets and celebrity partnerships. Adidas's previous work with BTS and Puma's long-standing history with K-pop figures have pushed Nike to seek a high-impact Korean icon who can command global attention. Jungkook's popularity is not confined to Asia. His influence extends across the Americas, Europe, and the Middle East. Nike understands that partnering with him would not only boost its visibility in Asia, but also reaffirm its dominance among Gen Z consumers globally. In many ways, Jungkook represents a branding evolution that Nike has been preparing for an icon who transcends sports and taps into lifestyle, music, and digital culture simultaneously. This multi-dimensional influence is rare and highly valuable. Nike's recent strategy shows signs of shifting toward figures who can carry cultural weight beyond athletics. Their collaborations with artists, designers, and entertainers underscore a new direction. relevance over performance. Jungkook fits perfectly within this recalibration, and Nike's ongoing pursuit suggests they are building a long-term strategy, not just an opportunistic campaign. While Jungkook hasn't officially collaborated with Nike, there are signs of the brand's sustained interest. Industry observers have noted an increase in Nike gear placements in media appearances and stylized photo shoots. Although these may be organic wardrobe choices, brands like Nike often provide subtle support seeding products in hopes of visibility and future alignment. These quiet campaigns often precede formal deals, allowing brands to measure public response before committing to a contract. At the same time, Nike must navigate Jungkook's selective branding philosophy. His public image is not built on commercial saturation. Unlike some global celebrities who have multiple overlapping endorsements, Jungkook has carefully limited his brand associations. This strategy creates higher demand for his name while preserving credibility among his fanbase. Nike's challenge, then, is to design a campaign that aligns with Jungkook's personal values, something performance-driven, understated, and genuine. Another challenge is his existing fashion commitments. Jungkook's global ambassadorship with Calvin Klein creates branding constraints, especially in apparel and athleisure categories. Nike, a brand with deep apparel integration, would need to design a partnership that doesn't conflict with existing obligations. This may explain why Nike has yet to finalize a deal. It must ensure that the collaboration is strategically compatible with both parties' brand positions. Still, the interest persists. From a logistical standpoint, Nike's corporate strategy involves long-term relationship building. It rarely rushes into celebrity deals. Instead, it tests influence over time, establishes mutual respect, and gradually integrates ambassadors into its broader brand story. Nike's pursuit of Jungkook mirrors this pattern. Rather than pushing aggressively for a one-time campaign, Nike appears to be laying the groundwork for a potential multi-year partnership that could reshape how K-pop stars are perceived within the athletic wear market. Beyond the marketing logic, Nike also understands the symbolic value Jungkook holds. His clean public image, disciplined lifestyle, and ability to engage diverse global audiences make him a rare cultural asset. For Nike, it's not just about selling sneakers, it's about aligning with global momentum. Jungkook represents not only a demographic opportunity, but a generational one. If secured, he could serve as Nike's bridge into a future where music, fitness, fashion, and technology converge. In summary, Jungkook may not be wearing a Nike contract, but he's already wearing the brand's attention. Dior. Dior's fascination with Jungkook is based on calculated, business-minded reasons. First, there's the data. Jungkook's fashion influence is well documented. Posts of him wearing Dior items frequently trend on social media platforms and spike mentions across fashion-focused websites. Even without a formal relationship, Dior garments worn by Jungkook have sold out, seen resale price increases, or become part of high-traffic fashion search queries. These aren't isolated incidents, they're repeated, market-validated indicators that Jungkook can drive consumer behavior across various product lines. What makes the missed opportunity even more significant is Dior's investment in BTS-related branding. Prior to Jungkook's alignment with Calvin Klein, Dior made headlines by signing Jimin, another BTS member, as a global ambassador. That partnership was met with immediate enthusiasm. Yet, many observers believed that Jungkook's profile, fashion-forward style, and broader international appeal made him the more likely candidate for Dior's next expansion. The absence of a deal surprised many within the industry. Internally, Dior likely views Jungkook's decision to work with Calvin Klein not as a rejection of the brand itself, but as a strategic brand positioning choice. Calvin Klein operates with a bold, contemporary image that matches Jungkook's youth appeal and global visibility. In contrast, Dior's identity leans toward elegance, timeless craftsmanship, and haute couture heritage. This difference may have created an aesthetic and philosophical divergence, but Dior hasn't closed the door. In fact, it has remained visibly engaged. Even after the Calvin Klein campaign launched, Dior continued to express interest through indirect gestures. These include repeated invitations to Paris Fashion Week, personalized gifts, and silent collaboration through stylists who dress Jungkook in Dior for public appearances. These signals are subtle but consistent, revealing a brand that is strategically maintaining visibility in the hope of future engagement. Dior's persistence is further justified by Jungkook's unique position in the luxury market. He represents a consumer generation that blends high fashion with digital lifestyle. Unlike traditional ambassadors who may appear in static magazine campaigns, Jungkook's image circulates in real time. Whether through concert footage, fan-captured airport appearances, or live streams, every frame becomes a potential fashion moment. This kind of visibility isn't something Dior can replicate easily with other figures, especially not ones who also carry strong Asian and Western appeal. Moreover, Jungkook aligns with Dior's shift toward modernizing its brand identity. Under the creative direction of Kim Jones, Dior menswear has increasingly embraced streetwear influence, experimental silhouettes, and gender-fluid aesthetics. Jungkook's own evolving style, from oversized silhouettes and piercings to clean suiting and monochrome sets, parallels this transition. He embodies the kind of fashion narrative Dior wants to tell, a balance between heritage and innovation. Missing out on an official collaboration doesn't change the fact that he continues to wear and popularize Dior's vision, intentionally or not. From a competitive standpoint, Dior also recognizes that luxury brands now fight for association with cultural leaders rather than traditional celebrities. As Louis Vuitton and Gucci expand their rosters, Dior cannot afford to lag behind. Signing Jungkook would not just be a branding win, it would be a global market acquisition. His fan base, the Jungkook effect, is a multiplier. Dior would gain not only a fashion ambassador, but access to millions of dedicated consumers who follow, engage with, and purchase based on his choices. Timing remains a core issue. With Jungkook's existing role at Calvin Klein, any direct engagement with Dior in the short term would create a brand conflict, particularly in overlapping product categories like denim, outerwear, or undergarments. However, Dior may be willing to wait. In the luxury sector, long-term plays often outweigh short-term wins. Dior's continued outreach suggests that it is willing to invest time and strategy into eventually landing Jungkook once other obligations expire or evolve. It is also possible that Dior is now exploring alternative methods to align with Jungkook indirectly. This might include fragrance campaigns, editorial styling, or special event appearances. While these approaches lack the visibility of a full ambassadorship, they keep Dior close to the conversation. For a brand like Dior, proximity itself is a valuable asset, especially when it reinforces prestige by association. In parallel, Dior may be actively tracking Jungkook's evolving brand needs. As he matures and shifts his image from global pop icon to more experimental solo artist, his fashion choices may evolve toward the refined and conceptual side, creating renewed alignment with Dior's luxury DNA. If or when this shift happens, Dior will likely be positioned to reintroduce itself as the ideal fashion partner. In conclusion, Dior's interest in Jungkook is not based on trend chasing. It is a calculated, brand-aligned pursuit driven by data, market analysis, and long-term positioning. Even though Jungkook has declined or bypassed Dior in favor of Calvin Klein, the door remains open. For Dior, the strategy now is patience and precision. Maintain visibility, remain relevant, and prepare the right offer for the right time. Until then, Dior continues its quiet but determined pursuit of the icon it nearly but not yet secured. L'Oreal. Jungkook's relevance to L'Oreal is grounded in observable market behavior. His skin and grooming routines have become viral subjects across TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter. Every appearance, whether it's a concert performance, live stream, or casual airport photo, sparks discussion about his appearance. His skin clarity, hairstyling, and fragrance choices fan compilations, often captioned with phrases like, "How is his skin so perfect?" or "Jungkook's flawless visuals," rack up millions of views. This unsolicited attention provides L'Oreal with what few other personalities can offer: widespread organic interest in beauty that's not campaign-driven, but lifestyle embedded. The male grooming market, especially in Korea and Southeast Asia, has seen exponential growth in the past decade. L'Oreal has closely tracked this trend, expanding its product lines in facial skincare, toners, BB creams, and even light cosmetics tailored for men. Jungkook, by consistently appearing polished yet natural, has become a de facto icon in this space. Without ever directly endorsing grooming products, he has already shaped the habits of millions of young men seeking to replicate his visual standard. For L'Oreal, this kind of unintentional influence signals a powerful opportunity. The company's interest in Jungkook likely also stems from its strategy to modernize the perception of masculinity in grooming. Rather than relying on stereotypical rugged portrayals of men, L'Oreal increasingly promotes a nuanced image, one that values self-care, softness, and individuality. Jungkook's aesthetic aligns with this evolution. His personal style often oscillates between edgy and delicate. His demeanor reflects both strength and sensitivity, and his approach to appearance is clearly intentional without appearing manufactured. These traits are key to reshaping how the next generation perceives male beauty, and L'Oreal knows it. While no formal collaboration has taken place, L'Oreal has reportedly engaged in early-stage contact. Observers in the beauty and advertising sectors have noted instances where stylists working with Jungkook use L'Oreal products during public shoots, or where his stylized content aligns with the company's thematic direction. These touchpoints may not confirm active negotiation, but they suggest a strategy of proximity. L'Oreal's standard operating procedure often involves quiet testing, placing products, gauging public response, and measuring alignment before initiating contract offers. There's also the matter of fragrance. Jungkook has been associated with various scents over the years, with some fans identifying his preferred colognes or interpreting certain brand associations based on interviews and lifestyle videos. L'Oreal, which owns several major fragrance lines under brands like YSL Beauty and Harmony Beauty, understands that fragrance ambassadors can significantly drive product interest, especially when paired with personalities who evoke mystique and sensuality. Jungkook's appeal in this domain is proven. His perceived scent profile, though unofficial, often trends across social media, making him a natural fit for a premium fragrance campaign aimed at both male and female consumers. L'Oreal's interest is also pragmatic. In the K-beauty and J-beauty sectors, competition is fierce. Global brands must localize effectively while maintaining international appeal. Jungkook, a Korean artist with global recognition, offers a bridge between markets. His ability to appear relatable in Seoul while commanding attention in Paris, New York, or Jakarta solves a key branding challenge: finding a singular face who resonates across geographies. L'Oreal has had success with Korean ambassadors in the past, but none have matched Jungkook's reach or staying power. The company's silence on this matter should not be mistaken for disinterest. L'Oreal's brand management is notoriously tight-lipped when it comes to ongoing negotiations or interest tracking. The lack of a public statement regarding Jungkook may simply reflect strategic patience. With his current commitments, especially his ongoing collaboration with Calvin Klein, it's likely that L'Oreal is waiting for the right timing to enter with a proposal that doesn't create overlap or conflict. Given the nature of Jungkook's selective endorsement history, the brand knows that a rushed or aggressive approach would be counterproductive. There is also reason to believe L'Oreal is playing the long game. Jungkook's image has been carefully managed, avoiding over-commercialization. He does not appear in constant ads, nor does he switch brands frequently. This enhances his value in the eyes of major companies that prioritize longevity over short-term sales boosts. For L'Oreal, which favors multi-year contracts and brand ambassadorships that span regions and categories, Jungkook's scarcity in the market makes him an even more attractive candidate. His mere association with a grooming or skincare product would likely shift consumer perception across demographics and drive global engagement. In the larger picture, L'Oreal's pursuit of Jungkook also reflects a shift in how beauty companies conceptualize star power. No longer satisfied with actors or models whose relevance fluctuates, they now seek cultural anchors, figures who represent a movement or generation. Jungkook's rise coincides with global conversations about masculinity, appearance, self-expression, and identity. His non-verbal advocacy for skincare and grooming through lifestyle, rather than marketing, has made him a quiet leader in beauty culture. This is exactly the kind of positioning L'Oreal wants to leverage. In conclusion, Jungkook's rejection or absence of a deal with L'Oreal hasn't slowed the company's interest. Instead, it has reinforced their desire to be the first in beauty to secure him for a major campaign. His digital impact, grooming influence, and alignment with L'Oreal's modern masculinity narrative place him at the top of their wish list. While the brand may be playing its cards close, its quiet pursuit is evident in every analysis, placement, and strategic signal. For now, the partnership remains theoretical, but in the competitive world of global beauty branding, L'Oreal is prepared to wait because the right face, at the right time, is worth every effort.